sitting here in this context, it is very hard for us to imagine what the future will be like, especially when the pace of transformation is so dramatic. 10 to 15 years from now, the world our children will grow up in will be dramatically different and will definitely be driven by computing and software. Can you imagine how underprepared our children will be in this future if they have not received any education in technology, in software, or in computing? And this is precisely my third point. Our children are underprepared for this very digital future. So to emphasize this point, I want to play another video made by Infosys Foundation around the jobs of the future. So can you please play the second video?
Children starting school this year won't be graduating college until 2033. And despite what we've been told, nobody has a clue what the world will look like in even 5 years. It's our contention that computer science is now as important as basic literacy. One of the primary reasons for educating our children is occupational preparation. But how are we to educate them for a future that's so unpredictable, so unknown? Traveling to the future, we will see jobs the likes of which we've never seen before. Jobs such as virtual reality architect, where the blending of video, computers, and augmented reality will all come together to create a new way of communicating. One thing we know for sure is that computer science will be one of the top skills workers of the future will need. Jobs such as urban agriculturalist could appear and help find better, more environmentally sustainable ways to harvest food in urban settings. It is projected that by the year 2020, there will be 2 million jobs that fall under computer science and engineering-related fields. Today, we're already seeing the creation of 3D printed organs, a blending of biology and computer science, allowing artificially created yet genetically perfect body parts printed in a lab. Computer science will impact every aspect of our future lives. Yet of the 42,000 high schools in the United States, just over 2,000 teach computer science. This is dismal. We know that students who are exposed to computer science at a young age are 8 times more likely to major in computer science in college. Take transportation, for example. Imagine traveling from San Francisco to Los Angeles in 30 minutes inside a hypertube. Something like that would require a hypertube engineer, a job which would not exist without computer science. Let's give our children all the tools they need to build the future of their dreams.
So this is a very interesting chart that we put together. If we look at our history, approximately 6% of the world's population could read and write in the Dark Ages. That's roughly about 10% were literate in the mid-19th century. Today, according to IDC, there are roughly 20 million professional programmers in the world, and that's about 0.3% of the world's population. Ladies and gentlemen, we can safely infer that our digital literacy today is lower than the reading and writing literacy in the Dark Ages. CS education and CS teacher development is fundamental to our future, and that is the heart of this matter. Well, the good news is that the journey from bleak to bright has already begun. Students have spoken, and we have seen in a recent survey, some of you might have already seen this, that students enjoy computer science and the arts the most. And we thank you for making computer science so fun and engaging for our students. And of course, you have to wonder what it would be like if we merged computer science with the arts, or sciences, or math, or for all that matter, every other subject. In another Gallup survey that was done last year, 9 out of 10 parents expressed a desire to have their children learn computer science. So we know that the parents want their children to learn computer science. Students want to learn. Let me share with you something that happened to me this morning. Just before I got on this flight to get here to San Diego, a package arrived, coincidentally just today. It had a lot of notes inside. Out of curiosity, I opened it. There was a box full of these thank you notes that came from children. Because of a grant that we had done to a school in Michigan, children made these cards, and so did the teachers, thanking us for the grant because we made it possible for them to try out projects in computing. These to me are not letters of gratitude. These to me tell me that the students want to learn, the teachers want to teach computer science. So we have here everybody lining up together with the same goal, with the same desire. We need to make sure that policy is on board. We need to make sure that we have the right funding for computer science, public funding, private funding, funding from companies, the big technology companies who are benefiting the most from this digital revolution. We need to make sure everybody is on board. As students, parents, and community members express more and more interest in computer science education, we are seeing that more and more schools, school districts, cities, states are adopting computer science. But we still have a long way to go. Globally, we are seeing countries make computer science education for their students a national priority. The United States is not on this list yet.